All right, welcome to the video, everyone. This is a new series that I'm thinking about starting up on the channel. It's just a ranking video. Today we're going to be doing the Dreamworks movies, and so we have S through D. And looking at what we've got here, looking at the selection that we have, it's going to be a good one. But this is kind of a new video that I'm doing, a new kind of series. I'm hoping you guys like it. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. First, we have Flushed Away. Flushed Away has a great storyline. And honestly, like character development and everything, it's the traditional, he's starting off as, bad guy to good guy. Not in the sense of evil to good, but like just an overall like kind of douchey guy. And ends up, there's love interest, there's comedy, it's an overall good film. So Flushed Away, I'm gonna give a B. I'm gonna give Flushed Away a B. Next up we have Megamind. Now Megamind, same concept as Flushed Away, evil. This time it's actually evil to good, but Megamind, it's got a dynamic range of characters. Evil villain is it's not like the plot behind it's good, but it's I don't know, like they could have made, I can't even remember his name, the actual like villain of this movie, but like Megamind himself as an eccentric character is great. Minion, the best minion, even over Despicable Me minions. The man is great. Like overall, this is a good movie. The villain just takes it all away from me. Megamind, I'm gonna give it a C. Megamind gets a C. Shrek. Is this what, Shrek Forever After? Oh gosh. I'm gonna be real with you people. The Shrek movies after Shrek 2 are just, no. They were not needed. Anything after Shrek 2 is just bad. It's not good. Okay? So Shrek Forever After, for me, it's like, it's funny, Puss in Boots, okay, cool. I like the story is good, but it's just, at this point, I feel as though it's dragging on. That's the only reason Shrek the Third and Shrek Forever After are like dragging on the series. After Shrek 2, like Shrek 2 was like the perfect ending for me. I can't speak for anybody else, but Shrek Forever After for me is gonna it's gonna get, I'm putting that in D. Shrek Forever After is definitely a D for me. Kung Fu Panda is an all-around great movie. Character development, villains, like there's fighting, there's action, there's no romance, which I do like. I'm not like a sappy person, I'm not a mushy person, so Kung Fu Panda has a great range of what I look for in movies. And it's funny too. So overall, what I'm going to give Kung Fu Panda is an S. I'm going to give Kung Fu Panda an S. Absolutely. Next up we have Madagascar. Madagascar 2. Madagascar 2 was great. Like, I have no problem. The series is, just coming off of the first Madagascar. Cool. They're in their second movie. It's the prime time. It's not dragging on. It's good. Character development. It's funny. Like, the plot's good. Good. Jesus. It's great. But, Madagascar 2, I'll give an A. As of right now, we have a movie in every single tier. Overall, pretty good. Turbo. Now, the concept of Turbo is it's good. It's good. It's Cars but with snails. Like, it's the movie Cars but with snails. And I'm not a big fan of that. Because Cars was a great movie. Cars is like S tier movie right here. But Turbo, I'm going to have to give Turbo like a C. Because, like, the plot is okay. It's based off of an original movie. It's an original movie, but based off of an original movie. And I don't like it. You know? So, moving on to Trolls. Trolls is just, I don't... I'm not a fan. I'm going to just say it out loud. I'm not a fan. If I catch flack for this, that's fine. I'm just not a fan of the movie, bro. It's not good to me. Like, the plot isn't good. The characters, I mean, they have a good cast for the characters, but it's like it's a kid's movie, which is probably why I don't like it. But regardless, it's on this tier list, so I'm going to rank it where I personally feel like it should go. And if there was, I should have probably added an F tier to this, but Trolls is definitely going in D tier. B movie. B movie is subpar at best. The concept of it, I like, but it's kind of boring. Like, B movie, it had way more potential than it could have. It had way more potential than it put out. And for that, the movie is a bit lackluster. So overall, as a concept, it's great. It has a good storyline, but it's like, it's a bit too average. It's a bit too average. So B movie for me goes in C tier. Monsters vs. Aliens. Monsters vs. Aliens is a great movie. I've watched it probably like 3 times in my lifetime. I'm gonna be completely real with you. But Monsters and Aliens. I'm sorry. Yeah, Monsters is, I don't know if it's Monsters vs. Aliens, Monsters and Aliens. But regardless, it's a good movie. Like, the plot is great. It's a funny movie. It has some corny points in it, which, you know, I'm not too fond of, but hey, every movie has those. Especially from Pixar. I mean, not Pixar, Dreamworks. So, Monsters, it has a lot of action in it, which I like. The villains, okay, decent villains. Monsters vs. Aliens, or Monsters and Aliens, I'm gonna put B. I'm gonna put B. That might change. It depends. I don't know. It's gonna be sooner rather than later that I move that, if anything. Kung Fu Panda 2. I'm going to just go ahead and put it in A, because Kung Fu Panda 2 has just as good of everything in Kung Fu Panda. It's just like, I've fallen asleep during this. And that is what doesn't make it like an S tier movie like Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda 2 had the great aspect of including machines. There was a lot of elements from Kung Fu Panda that they took out and put in the second one. It was great. I love the innovation they did with Kung Fu Panda 2. That's why it gets an A. Because it's a second movie. You know, it's not an original. But it's like they changed it up. It's not basic. They didn't stick to the same premise as the first movie, which is why it gets an A. Puss in Boots. Puss in Boots. I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't watch this movie a lot. So Puss in Boots is just it's like sitting Puss in Boots. I don't know, bro. Like, it actually, wait. Whoa, hold on. It's coming back to me now. So just bear with me. All right, Puss in Boots. It's actually a good storyline. It's been a while since I've watched the movie, which is why I had to hesitate so much. But Puss in Boots is a legit good movie. It has a good plot. Antonio Banderas does a great job as Puss in Boots. But it's a great movie. The plot, he's had an overall, it's like the Robin Hood, but for Shrek. So I'm all for that. It's a good concept. I like that, and I'll give it a B. I'll give that a B. Madagascar 3. Not a fan. I'm really not a fan of Madagascar 3. I'm gonna be real with you, because at this point they're stretching it, and they're adding too many elements to it to make it dynamic. I didn't like it. Like, the concept is cool, but it's like, if it were to come out first, like if they'd have twisted this around to make it like the first breakout Madagascar movie, I could fuck with this. But right now, as it's like the third in the franchise, they've left Africa, they're going to Europe, and they're not even supposed to be there. Like, I feel like it's dragging on, just like Shrek Forever After and Shrek the Third. We'll get there. But Madagascar 3, it's not good to me. It's not. And I'm going to have to put it in D tier. Rise of the Guardians. This, if you have kids and you want to enforce the premise, like if you want to give fairy tale like characters a good name and like to back them up really good, show them this movie. It's a great movie, great plot, good character casting. It's not overboard. It's actually really good. It's like the loner becomes the hero. That kind of premise. And for that, I really like it. Rise of the Guardians, for me, gets a B. It's a great movie. The Croods, I didn't like this too much. I'm telling you right now, I'm putting Croods in C, because it's better than these, but also as an original movie, like coming out, it's not that good. Like, it's slow until the end. It has it's that dynamic characters, yes, but they went overboard as far as the character design. Not design of like the personality design, let me say. But yeah, other than that, it's a good movie. I wouldn't like go out of my way to watch it again. So, I mean, yeah, that's where it's going to stay. It's a C. It's definitely C tier. Mr. Peabody and Sherman. Wow. This is a great movie. Like, plot. I love history in movies. And this is a great mix of like comedy. It's cartoonish. It's history. You're learning stuff. And it's like, it's an overall great movie. There's romance. It's kid romance. Obviously, it's like, oh, that's my crush over there. Stuff like that. But it's great. And Mr. Peabody and Sherman is going to get an A. It's going to get an A for me because the storyline and plot, it's really good for a kids movie. Kung Fu Panda 3. Huh? I beg your pardon. So what we're going to do here is put Kung Fu Panda 3, go ahead and put it on down here. From what I know, this movie ain't even been released yet. And if it was, I have not seen it. I have not seen any name of Kung Fu Panda 3. I haven't seen any trailers, no spoilers, no nothing. I have not seen anything about this movie. So I'm going to go ahead and say it hasn't been released. And, the same thing with Madagascar 3 and Shrek Forever After. It's running on at this point. I don't know what more you could do. And plus, they're implementing kids into this movie. No, I don't like it. Because the kids are either going to get kidnapped, they're going to be in danger, and, Poe's going to have to save them. So, no, I'm not. I don't like it. D tier. If it hasn't come out yet and I'm already judging it, it is what it is. It is what it is. Because it's D tier. Over the Hedge. Over the Hedge is a B tier movie. 100%. For the fact of the plot behind it. It's that animal perspective I like. it gives a lot of insight to, to like animal life and what animals actually do outside of, it's a cartoon and they don't run and steal food out of people's houses and avoid laser systems and, fight bears. But regardless, it's a good movie. Character personality is very dynamic, and I love that. Like, Hammy is the most dynamic character, and that's okay to have one overly dynamic character. And they do that very well because the emotions are very fitting to the character. And, it's a good movie. The plot is nice. Nothing more to say about it, really. It's a decent movie. Boss Baby. Boss Baby goes in D tier. I don't like it. Boss Baby is not a good movie. It's not a good movie. Like, I don't have much to say about it, really. It's just not. Like the what's the word I'm looking for? The movie itself is just making me brain dead at the moment. But like Boss Baby is just not, the concept is it's all right, but it's just it's not doing it for me. It's not. That's all you're probably gonna get out of me. Boss Baby is just not a good movie. It's not. Wallace and Gromit. Ooh, Wallace and Gromit is S tier. S tier for sure. Because the character dynamic between these two is unmatched, like for a duo. And they really put it on so well. I've never seen like a character not say shit and be like a main character. It's amazing what they've portrayed in this movie. And plus, I'm pretty sure this is the second movie. It's not the first one. And even so, it's still good because, this is a rare occasion where the second movie is just as good as the first. The plot is great. The character dynamics are spot on. There's not much else you can add to the movie to make it better. Penguins. Penguins for me is going to go D. Because it's a spin-off. It's a spin-off of Madagascar, and not all spin-offs deserve to be. This, I think, it deserved to be, but it was like, it didn't deserve the hype. Like, the show was much better than the movie. Absolutely. And I will go and watch the show and laugh and, antics, every episode different, but like, the movie is just a bit too much. It's reaching just as a spinoff. The show spinoff was great. The movie, no. Antz. Ooh, Antz is a classic from my era as well. I'm gonna put Antz in A. Because I don't know. I might change this, but right now my reasoning behind A and not S is like, I didn't like the look of the characters. Like the story is great, character dynamic is it's all right. It's a good cast. But it's like, I don't like the animation behind this movie. It's not it's not my favorite. I don't know if it's how they made the ants look or the voices. And when I say like the casting, I mean like the personalities for the characters, not like the people behind the voices. But yeah, that's why I'm gonna leave it at A. But because of nostalgia factor and, you know, it's overall great movie, I'm gonna put it in A. Chicken Run. Chicken Run S. I think as you're seeing, I like this particular animation. Chicken Run, it honestly could have been better. Like, they could have added a certain, I don't even know what it is that could have made this better, but they could have implemented something to make this movie like a step above where it is now. But it's for nostalgia, I'm giving it an S, and just for overall plot, it's great. Character dynamic is great. But yeah, it's an overall good movie. I like it. I like it a lot. How to Train Your Dragon. I'm going to put this in A. In A. I'm gonna put it in A because the overall story behind this movie is it's pretty good. It's not too long for what they're trying to do, and you know, like dragons. Dragons are cool. They gave the dragons good personalities. I don't like how they gave, like, you know, obviously the main dragon, Toothless, had the most character, but they did. It's better. It's a better animated movie. I like it. I'm not gonna go out of my way to watch it again. Actually, I might put it in. I'm putting it in B. I'm putting this in B. But above Over the Hedge. I might go back and, you know, since I've made this tier list, after making this tier list, I might, you know, go back and move them. But for right now, I'm pretty happy with my choices so far and where they are. How to Train Your Dragon 2. See, as the rule of it was good where it was, this is pushing it. How to Train Your Dragon 2 did too much. The first movie was great as is. And I'm not saying great as in comparison to other movies out at the time. I'm not saying great in comparison to the movies in this tier. I'm saying great as its own movie. It didn't need a second one. And yeah, that's about it. Like the plot and everything, it's lacking in the originality just because the first one did so well by itself. So yeah. Madagascar, S. 100%. Madagascar is an S. Character dynamic, great. Originality, great. It's the first of the series, which makes it even more great. Overall, S. No, what's the word I'm looking for? No debate. The Prince of Egypt, S. I'm not even a religious person, and I like The Prince of Egypt. For nostalgia, also, it goes up here. Like, it's a very well thought out movie. It's a very well thought out and very well played movie. And, I mean, you know, it's great. El Dorado. El Dorado I'm gonna put above Antz, but below Mr. Peabody and Sherman. Like, it's a great movie. I like the animation. It's around the same type as Prince of Egypt. The reason it's lower is because it has that nostalgia factor. It was obviously, you know, around that. It's my time frame, but it's the killing point of this movie is the triple dynamic. They gave the horse too much personality, for one. And that kills it. That kills it for me. If it was just these two, okay, great. S tier. But it's like the triplicate doesn't work for me. That's just me. I don't know if that's, anybody else. I feel like a dynamic between two people is like, it's either you have one person versus like everybody kind of dynamic, and then you have a one versus one dynamic. This is, it's above, no. It's killing that. Adding that third, the horse has too much personality, just as much as these two, and it's like, no. Shark Tale, S. It has what I was talking about in the beginning of the video, that, bad person, not in, evil, but, douchey, comes around. It's a great guy. Story, plot, great. Character design, great. Comedy, great. Love interest, great. Nothing is too overbearing. They're not pushing anything. They're not like stretching it. It's a great movie overall. Shrek 2. Shrek 2 I'll put in S. I'll put an A, because the rule of two applies here. It does. Shrek 2 is not as good as the first Shrek, which is, I'm just going to go ahead and put that here in S tier, because, Shrek is a banger of a movie. Plot, everything, characters, everything, like, it's Shrek. Shrek 2, as it's a second, it's rightfully, I'm going to go ahead and put it up here because it rightfully deserves so. And I'm going to put this up here as well. But, yeah. It will physically, I was about to say it won't allow me to move it. But yeah, Shrek, S. Shrek 2, Shrek 2 is like Shrek, but different, which is why it's A and not S. Sinbad. Sinbad I will give an A, above El Dorado. Actually, I'm going to kick El Dorado as well down to B tier at the bottom. But yeah, Sinbad is, once again, that 1-2 mechanic, that 1-2 character dynamic. I love that. It's not going too bad. It's an action-packed movie. Love interest, cool, great, love that. Great plot as well. Spirit, C. I don't know why, but this movie agitates me. I don't know why. I just, I don't like it. So it's like with Boss Baby. Like, if I watch this again, I'd probably go to sleep on it. It's not interesting to me. Home. Home is gonna go down here in this C tier too. Actually, but no, I'm gonna leave it in C because it's heartfelt. I'm gonna put it above Spirit though, because why not? But yeah, Home it's not a bad movie. It's very heartfelt, kid friendly. I like it. Show it to your kids, they'll love it. But for me, it just was missing something. It didn't have that certain kick to it that I'm looking for, that I look for in movies. Shrek the Third. Shrek the Third, I'm gonna put. Thank you. Okay, Shrek the Third, I'm gonna put here. But yeah, I mean, because as the rule of consecutive movies go, it overkill. These two overkill. Didn't need to be made. I will say it was a good movie. Like, I'm not gonna cap on here and say they weren't good movies. They were good movies, just they weren't needed. I feel like you're overkilling the series at this point. And that's the reason they're in C and D. And plus, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's just the way it goes. So, thank you. This is my official list. If you have any quarrels or anything like that, leave it in the comments. Let me know if you want me to keep doing things like this on the channel. Also, leave me a comment. Let me know. Let me know what you think. If you are not already, go ahead and sub, leave a like, And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, peace.